comments, the floor is open, so you got your time. Yes, sir, come on up, state your name.
Keith Cal, 1941 Dortel Road. You know, we're supposed to talk in front of a mic. These two guys here, they talk, and there's no mics in front of them. You can't hear them back there. And on Moyer Road, I see white flags and white paint. That land is open space. Is open space going to get reimbursed for the land that they take to straighten those roads out? That road out? And they're Prout, where Prout Road comes down to Moyer Road. That needs a drainage there. So the water doesn't even cross Prout Run Road, because it runs out Moyer Road. I don't know if you guys use it, but that's icy when that water, the drain is up the road on Prout. It should have never been there. I don't know how Minji got that by, you know. It needs to be a drain right there at the corner. And I guess that money that you're buying the Hoffman's for, that's coming out of the sewer sale fund, I guess. And that money should really go back to the people that paid that sewer, because when the township didn't pay any money for that sewer, they got reimbursed. Every time they spend any money, they got reimbursed by the sewer committee. And so that money is the people that paid the sewer, plus their rear ends to make ends meet. And then what do we get? We get a price increase.
Yeah.
That's really thankful for that. That money should come back to us, not be spent for all kinds of other stuff. Pensions. I don't even have a pension, and we gotta spend that. That's socialism when you pay half the township pays most of the debt in this township. That's not fair. You think it is, but it's not. It's 100% not fair.
Quick question on your original comment with the water running across the road, with Prout Farm Park.
Yeah.
That is an issue, and I'm glad you brought it up. And is this the issue with the MPDS permit that's expired? Is that all part of that?
That could be, but I'm not exactly.
I wanna make sure that,
It was brought up before, and
I know.
they were supposed to
is
fix it.
it's bad,
It needs a drain right before there, before it even crosses Prout Runs.
thank you.
It always was that way for 30, 40 years.
No, I think
The water
Sharon has a
people.
plan to fix that,
Okay,
but-
thank you.
Others? This man in the back, yes, please, come on up, front, please.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Heidi Stern. I live at 1723 Farmington Avenue. Talking about Smola Farm again. We're all really frustrated. You're frustrated, we're frustrated. We're feeling a little let down by a lot of you. For some reason, it feels like the roles have been reversed and we're working for you instead of the other way around.
Yes.
We're feeling really let down. I don't understand why you're fighting us on this. We have so many people that have signed petitions against this, and we're about ready to bring them in. I think you're gonna be surprised at the numbers. I would like to know who else do you know besides your little group that are really into this, taking of the small farm? Everyone I've talked to, and I've talked to a lot of people, and I know you know that other people are talking too. And I haven't had one person say that they think this is a good idea. Not even people that are living in this community. People from other communities, including the Montgomery County, say this is not okay. They don't understand why you're doing it, why you think it's okay to do it, when everybody and their brothers are saying we don't like it. This was promised space, we wanted to stay promised space, so why are you continuing to push this against the wishes of pretty much the entire community? Aren't you supposed to be trying to help us to make this better, make us happy to be here? Do you want everybody to move away? Or are you figuring other people will bring you more money, so you don't care if we leave or not? Just a question. I'm not trying to be rude or disrespectful, but we're all very frustrated. We want this to be over. I want the elderly and seniors in this community to stop being bullied and put in the paper because they're very frustrated and you're not listening. These people have raised this whole entire community, and you're just totally discrediting them and acting like they don't exist, and their opinions and feelings don't matter. And I don't like it. I've only been here about 8 years. You know, and I've fallen in love with this place until now. The very first introduction I had to the fact that the township even owned that space was a nasty letter that was sent to those of us that live on the perimeter of the property. Just, it was very aggressive and very like angry and just, if you got any stuff on our space, get it off now and don't put a foot on that property again. What was that? That was rude. Is that how you do your business? You're just gonna start yelling and bullying everybody? Taking what you want despite what the community's asking for?
15 seconds.
Thank you. I just want you to know that we are trying to do our best to do what's best, and we expect that from you as well. Thank you.
Others? Yes, sir.
Rich Coburn, 1303 Farmington Avenue. This is about new business, letter B. So, Strogus is 1308 and 1320 Farmington Avenue. So we got 2 residents on there. We had a flower shop for over 50 years, Strogus did. Everything is pretty much needs to be rebuilt. The flower shop has no running water. The lady that ran the flower shop used to walk in the house and get water from the kitchen sink. So just keep in mind when you look at this, for this dog thing or whatever they do there, multiple businesses there. How many businesses are we gonna run there? Are we gonna run a dog park there? Are we gonna run offices? Are we gonna run, there's already one business there. Let's keep that in mind. Now that the flower shop's going, there's that 3-bay garage out front, and there's a guy doing duct work in there that does spray booths for some kind of commercial spray booths. There's duct work out in front of the building, you can see it. So there's people that use that building, the 3-bay garage, and when they're working, they have no bathrooms, so they go behind the building and relieve themselves. So anyway, let's just keep this in mind when you guys review this. Plus, we have all the development behind there. I mean, it'd be wonderful. It'd be absolutely wonderful to see something beautiful there. To see these ugly greenhouses going. 100% for that. But to take the greenhouses and rebuild these greenhouses that are over 50 years old, that the glass panels are falling out, I can see why LTL probably says no, because they're a hazard. I mean, you know, I've heard stories before the flower shop closed that there was times where a customer might be walking by and a glass panel almost hit them. There was one day where somebody got cut, but luckily it didn't turn into a bigger deal. So this property needs a lot of rehab. And also, how many businesses are we gonna have there? We're gonna have a commercial complex there, which, you know, hey, I'm fine with, but let's, you know, maybe I turn mine into one eventually. But, you know, let's just keep that in mind, how bad this property is. The well, evidently, the wells that fed the greenhouses, they didn't have money to put oil in the oil tanks, because the flower business is up and down constantly. So, the pipes froze one year. That's why there's no water back there. There's no bathroom in the flower shop. There's
15 seconds.
There's no bathroom in the back garage. So
Thanks, Rich.
good luck with it.
Yes, ma'am.
My name is Josephine Klaas. I live at 2086 Yarnell Road. I'd like to expand on what Ms. Stern had said. And this is a quote from Representative Massey from Kentucky. Government is whatever the people in power can get away with, and whatever the people they govern will tolerate. I'd like to address this about the zoning board. I just recently acquired a copy of this. Obviously, this is not exactly what happened. When I stood up and said that my First Amendment rights were violated numerous times, it is not in here. When Mr. Mack was asked if he would drink the water that would leak from the sand mound, that he said would leak from the sand mound on, 0 Yarnell Road. He said it would leak and be crystal clear water, and you can drink it. It's not in here. But he was asked if he would drink that water, he said no. But the sand mound's okay to go. So when it's leaking out of that sand mound, that Mr. Mack would not drink. The water from 0 Yarnell Road has gotten worse due to the fact that the trees are dying. But in this zoning board, it says that there's trees on the property lines. There's no trees there. They're all dead from the emerald ash book. And what other trees are there are dying from the excess use of water. That the wind is blowing the trees over due to the roots not being deep enough and getting water rotted. So there's no trees there to catch that water. Also, in this, it states that the conclusion, the resolution of the zoning board, the property cannot be divided down into subdivisions. I want this to be included with that deed. So that way, in future times comes, there is no nonsense on what this deed is about. The 35 foot cannot be used. The 10 acres cannot be further subdivided, and that does need to go with this deed. In addition, it also says about the beautifications of the public welfare of this proposed septic system of a sand mound. Well, if the engineer will not drink the water that is being leaked out of this sand mound, well then what does that have to do with the public welfare? It's going to be contaminants. This was approved of by Upper Pottsgrove Township and by the Department of Environmental Protection. I'm not even going to get into this. This is something I would call whatchamacallit, because this really does need some talking over with. In addition,
15 seconds.
15 seconds, thank you. There are developers that come in here, such as Gambone and Rotelli, and they get as much time as they need to put their point across. Today, I identify as a developer, so therefore I should be able to get as much time as I need to put my point across.
Your time's up.
Men can go to the bathroom in the women's room because they identify as women. Okay, and that is permissible. But if I identify as a developer and get my time, I can't
we
do
need
that.
you to wrap up your comments.
Okay, my comments are, I will be making a public talk back next month with this. Okay, but I can identify as. Those are my vote rights. And I also have
Thank you.
First Amendment rights.
Thank you.
You're welcome, thank you.
Here he is. Drag her away.
Yes.
I can read.
Jim Kapinski, 1958 Yarnell Road. This goes back to the certified letter that I received from the Chief of Police on January 10th, accusing me of being disruptive and causing interruptions in the proceedings. I send emails to everybody up at this front table asking them to identify dates and actions that caused me to get this letter. I got no response. I then filed a rights to know request, asking for my police records and police file, figuring that would have the causes for this letter. My rights to know request got denied. This would be like getting a traffic violation in the mail with a $100 fine, and you call up the police and say, well, what did I do? We're not telling you. How can you accuse somebody of this and not tell me? I want to know what I can't do in this meeting so I don't get another letter, because it says that they could take legal actions against me. Can I talk over the commissioners while they're talking? Because our president did that according to the Mercury at the Regional Plan Commission. He didn't get a letter. Can I, referring to the commissioner, say, screw them? Like Don said to the public when he said screw them to the public? Don didn't get a letter. And going back to 2010, Don, if you remember, you were at a Pottstown meeting where somebody used the word lackey. And you were in the audience, and according to the Pottstown Mercury, you raised a fuss about that. Did you get a letter? I want to know what I can do and what I can't do to get a letter, so I don't get the next one. Getting back to the smaller farm, You guys made a big mistake tonight when you voted to use the open space fund to buy that 9 acres. You could have bought that with the general fund. You could have moved the complex over to Gilbertsville Road. You could have terminated that lawsuit tomorrow, save us a lot of attorney fees, and you would still have 100% control of that 9 acres that you bought. You only need 1.2 acres according to your engineer for the municipal complex. That would still give you almost 8 acres of land to put trails on, to do whatever. But the fact that you're using open space fund, you just wrecked that plan. Thank you. You wouldn't listen to me anyway, so thank you.
You're right. They don't listen to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Just a quick comment. Hi, Leanne Herzog, 312 Summer Grove Lane. I just wanted to piggyback on what Ms. Stevens was saying about the access to her home through the Arboretum. We use the Arboretum all the time. We attend camps. We love what they're doing. We love what they're asking to expand and do for the community. However, I have used her road. You are essentially going up a gravel driveway to get to those camps. They direct all the traffic that way, and the families that live back there are blocked from getting in and out of their homes. So as the Arboretum continues to expand and get more usage, I think it's really fair for the township to expand that road a little bit so that more than one car can get by. Doesn't have to be a highway, but just there's literally no room to move if you come across one of the Stevens or anyone else back there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir, in the back.
Al H 1466 Sweetwater Way. I had two things, and one was due to be, it's disheartening to hear about how the board handles some things. If I remember correctly, at the last board meeting, at the end of the meeting, it was said, tonight is the end of the session, thank you very much, everybody go home, we're gonna go into executive session. You went into an executive session, but then it looks like in something discussion in the executive session, the board reconvened at 8:35 and made 2 motions. I would expect those motions to be at the next meeting. I've been, as you all know, a part of a school board for 8 years. That's not transparent or a representation of the commissioners of this township. You should not be literally talking about something in executive session, and since you can't vote on it, because of the Sunshine Act, we'll just reconvene and vote on it then. When everybody, everybody's gone, because you told everybody to go home. That's the first thing, and that may lead into the second part, as in, when it comes to, you see the crowds that come every week, and they're here obviously for the open space and such, and when I was here last time, I asked you about going to the referendum. You now have spent over $130,000, $140,000 fighting this. You don't have the support of the community from what it looks like. You do not have the support of the planning commission, as they've also sent letters to you now saying they're not gonna support it, right? So you're not gonna get a variance with them. What I don't understand is why you guys are continuing this argument. I don't understand, and then maybe that's why the public doesn't understand as into why consider and why continue the argument and fight. You could easily either buy another property as you just bought with the open space property land, or you could send it back. If you all believe that it is absolutely correct, go back to what we said, which is in your purview, just send it to referendum, let the community decide. It solves everything. You have 8 months, again, I'm gonna be a broken record on this, 8 months to let the community just show them why you think it's the most important thing. I mean, y'all know that I'm running for the state, right? And I can tell you right now, the first bill I'm gonna introduce is to not allow you guys to mess with the open space. And I'll go through representative by representative, and I'll get the support. Because when this all started back in 2013, when I had the issue with the curriculum and the grading scale, I made sure they made changes
There's
before I was
15
on the
seconds.
board. I'm telling you, you wanna go to referendum and let the community decide. Do not be untransparent, be the representative you can be. Thank you.
A quick question, if I may.
Yes.
It's not against his time. Oh, his time's up.
No.
And you said you would, as a state representative.
No, I'm in school board
No,
treasurer.
if you're elected, you're a
Yes.
state representative, you're going to amend the law.
I'm gonna
Uh,
introduce a bill.
Introduce a bill to amend it so so people can't use open space for other than,
I'll introduce a bill, currently right now, the bill does not allow you to build an open space, right? Unless you go to certain things. There are, obviously, you guys are trying to use the little loopholes and such like that right now.
no,
Right.
I'm gonna correct you there. So, my point is, if you're gonna go try to amend the bill, it's obviously, something's allowed now, which we are using this property lawfully. And I'll explain that in my commissioner comments. And we'll talk about this later. I do have a question for you, if you don't mind. I usually take detailed notes, and I did not last time. Were you the one who brought up about moving the minutes, or the amount of time public comment was from like 3 minutes to 5? Did you?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, we had the school board, we use 2 minutes.
Okay, all right, thanks. Oh,
Yeah, no, 5 minutes is way too long.
Well, I thought it was an interesting point, okay.
No, way too long.
And I just let you know, we're not the moving party on this, we are required to answer those legal matters, and it's very expensive. It's super expensive, I just spent $12,000 answering something that was ruled on a year ago, they just copied and pasted and did it again.
No,
And $12,000 of your people's money, we had to spend. Legal
I don't
systems
disagree with you.
stinks.
I don't
Once you
disagree
fix
with
that as a representative too. Thank you.
that. You got it.
Thank you for your time.
Others? Right here.
Regina Godomsky, 1019 Willow Street. My property is located right next to a paper street. Recently, there have been signs posted up and down my road for a rezoning. Can you explain that to me?
I'm sorry, what was your address again?
It's 1019 Willow.
Let's take it.
Okay.
I've lived there 20+ years and many times have asked to purchase that land and have been told no. Now all of a sudden, I'm thinking it's gonna be open, my personal opinion. Why wasn't it given to me, the opportunity? That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Others? Yes, sir.
Martin Schreiber, 138 Rose Valley Road. I just had a concern that all 5 commissioners aren't going to talk about the whole zoning ordinance that was postponed tonight. And you already have some direction, Mr. Fry, so I'm not really sure how you got direction when it never happened at a public meeting, so I'm just concerned how things are getting done.
Others? Yes, man in the back.
Denise Morris, 111 Rose Valley Road. Mr. Spencer,
Could you use the microphone?
it's right here.
Say your name again.
Denise Morris, 111 Rose Valley Road.
Yeah, go ahead.
When people come here to speak to you, we want to be looked at. Mr. Spencer,
If it helps you, yeah, I'll look at you. Should help.
it's respectful.
Go ahead with your comment, please.
That's it.
Others? Commissioner comments?